So I just wanted to make a quick video on channel and talk group selection as we transition over to the new radio system. That transition will be taking place on February 15th. So the most important thing for portable radio operation is to make sure that you're in the right zone. So you should be in the Fire 1 zone. That's the new radio system. It should be in the A position. And if you ever get lost, all you have to do is just press and hold the home button. That will immediately always bring you back to the Fire 1 zone and the Fire dispatch channel. But you can't do that until after we fully integrate into the new radio system, okay? So by pressing and holding the home button, you immediately go to the Fire 1 zone, to the Fire dispatch talk group. The Fire 1 zone you'll be in 99% of the time. The only reason you really need to change zones is because we may want you in a different talk group, or if you need to access one of the mutual aid zones, or you need to access the Marine channels, or you need to access the Southwest CMed talk groups, okay? Again, you can just hit the soft button to exit. You would press select here to select the zone, and then you would have the ability to access those talk groups and channels. Channel guide is in the Good Reader platform on the iPads. The majority of our incidents will be conducted on Operations Echo. Echo is basically taking the place of our local talk around channel. It's on the system, so you'll see the system strength indicator. The majority of our incidents will be on Operation Echo. We have not decided at this time currently to designate operations channels for every specific incident. That may change in the near future. But for right now, Operations Echo is the talk group that you would utilize for undesignated everyday incidents. Remember, Echo, E, undesignated everyday incidents. So your EMS calls, motor vehicle accidents, the majority of our operations will start in Operations Echo. If radio traffic becomes too much, the incident commander can move radio traffic to Operations Frank or Golf if there's just too much radio traffic on Echo. That's an option for the incident commander to do currently, not designated by dispatch. All right, so if you're out doing a company inspection, or you're out doing pre-planning, or you're just out at the training center, this is the channel that you would want to operate on. You can scan on the operations channel. It will scan back to the dispatch channel so you do not miss an incident. Again, you see the scan function icon with the Z, and it announces that scan is on. Remember, the priority is on the dispatch channel. So if you're operating on Operations E and everyone's on scan and a call comes in, or there's radio traffic on the dispatch channel, this radio will prioritize communications on the dispatch channel. So unless you're the initial incident commander, you want to make sure that you have the scan function off and you're fully engaged on the operations channel. You should not be scanning during high risk or during IDLH atmospheres, okay? If you need to make an update to Fairfield, or a resource request, or a status update, you have to switch back to the dispatch channel. All right, just remember that when you do change talk groups, it takes a little time to affiliate. The radio needs to affiliate with the talk group to communicate, so it's not instantaneous. So when you want to go back to the operations channel, you just switch back to the operations channel. You see how long it takes to affiliate? It takes a couple of seconds for it to work, so it's not instantaneous. These are computers, they're not radios anymore. So you need to kind of think of it like a computer. It needs to connect to the computer, it needs to affiliate, and then grant access to the talk group. For designated incidents like structure fires, commercial fire alarms, automatic fire alarms, chimney fires, inside gas leaks, and elevator rescues, dispatch will assign a fireground channel. We have two direct fireground channels, fireground B and fireground C. As you see, when I switch to one of those, you currently see the two vertical lines in the arrow. That's reminding the user that this is direct communications. The most simplistic form of communication is direct, from radio to radio. okay? All of our fire ground communications, any communications in idle H atmosphere should be on a fire ground channel or talk group, okay? And you see it also says it's direct. You can't scan on fire ground channels. Fire ground channels are always direct. This is where you use the 2 radio system, and this is why we provided the unification G5 for our company officers. That's one ability or way for company officers to monitor a dispatch channel when you're the initial on-scene officer, incident commander, until a formal commander arrives on scene with a formal exterior command. All right, the G5 is that option. The second option is to have one person for one channel. So the company officer remaining on the dispatch channel, placing the nozzleman and pump operator on the fire ground channel. The nozzleman would call for water, the officer would remain on the dispatch channel, the firefighter and officer would remain in contact with each other, and then when formal command is established, that officer can switch back to the fire ground channel. If anybody has any questions on portable radio usage, please let me know. This is a time to ask a question or bring up any concerns. Everyone's transitioned to channel changing for incidents. The only thing that I fully recommend and emphasize is that crews need to have communications, talk about what channel you're on when you're going into the incident so everyone's clear, and you can even do a comms check en route, okay? It's going to be a little bit of an operational change for us. We are losing some functionality with our current system, but then we're gaining much better coverage, so that's the balance, okay? But again, firefighters and company officers and shift commanders are going to have to work and make sure that everyone is clear and concise on which channel they're operating on. If you're a firefighter and you're unclear, check with your company officer, okay? If anybody has any questions, just call my cell, let me know. But good luck, and we'll make it through this transition, and I'm positive that that if everybody else can make the transition, we can make the transition together.